I'm of the opinion, and I think you are too, that Biden doesn't exist. I believe
it could be the first AI thing.
I think he's a living human being. Don't get me wrong, but there's nothing there. It doesn't exist. So
It's not there.
I don't think there's a question about this.
Right.
So everything around him is what's supporting the country, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
Kind of shows you that the system kind of works.
Sure.
You know, when you got a guy like that, it's a great kind of stress test to see, like, what happens when you get a guy that's just going. And also, how much you can gaslight people into voting for him again.
Yes.
How much you can gaslight people into voting for the people around him again is what it really is. The people you don't even know. Like this mysterious cabal of humans that's actually running the country.
Well, it's such a weird thing because he came out at the State of the Union. He was pretty good, but he was heavily drugged. Like something, and you might know more than I know about like certain types of things that you can do. Like what you've had all these doctors on and stuff. Is there a way to make that guy like that for the debates? Is he going to be able to? Because no, he wasn't great.
What I would recommend is I would time it correctly, right? So I'd recommend that he got lots of sleep. I would cut all the ice cream out of his diet for several days, all the bullshit out of his diet. Then I would give him NAD infusions and IV vitamin infusions multiple days in a row, like 3 or 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
Then the day of, I would make sure that he eats really well, gets a lot of sleep, and then I would fill him up. I'd fill him up with Adderall. I'd give him testosterone. I would give him human growth hormone. I'd give him nootropics. I'd give him everything that we know that creatine. Creatine helps with. It actually does.
No,
help.
I'm sure. It's
creatine is a cognitive enhancer.
I'm thinking of him getting all these injections in that
creatine
skin.
just supplement.
Just that purple skin from all the marks.
Oh God.
That skin that's just wound so thin. It's spun so thin on his body. All of the bruising from all of these needles of stuff that they need to shoot him up with to just be coherent for an hour.
Isn't it crazy? Like when Obama was president, the worst they could get on him was, remember when he wore that tan suit?
Right. Yeah.
He never had a single moment publicly where he stumbled, where he said something really stupid. This is insane.
It's insane. It's much worse than even, remember George W. Bush? Mm-hmm. And he would say silly things.
Yeah.
This is like so far down the road from that.
It's so far down the road. It's so far down the road that it's like I think it's elder abuse. I really do. I mean, if it was any other job, it would be elder abuse. If there was a guy who was running the corner grocery store and his family was making him run it, and he was that old and they had money, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing to your dad? Why are you making your dad work? Your dad's out of it."
Yeah, why would you do? Yeah, there was a guy in New York, this legendary guy Dom, who ran this pizzeria called DeFara's, which is like widely thought of as the best pizza in New York. And he was so old, and at the very end, he was just over the pie with the oil and cutting basil, and it was like you felt bad because the pie was amazing, but you're watching a guy at the end of his life
making pizza,
very old, and he would struggle. He'd put it in the thing. It was hard. It was like you kind of gasped. And that's what we have now, except it's with Russia.
Yeah, but however, if I went to a pizza place and there's a guy who loves making pizza so much that here he's fucking dying.
Right.
It's his last days. He's still, I'm going to make you a nice pie.
Yes.
I'm going to make you a nice pie.
And he fought.
He must love the fact that his pizza is awesome.
Yes, he loved it.
Yeah, if you make good food, it's probably a lot like killing.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Like you kill on stage, everybody loved it. Great, we had a great time. Thank you. I'm so happy you guys had fun.
You gotta wonder what the reward is for Biden. Like, is it even fun? It can't be fun.
It can't be fun.
Why does he even want to do this?
That guy making that pizza, when someone folds a slice of that pie and goes, oh my God.
They're into it.
It's like they're killing.
And that guy goes, I've made all of these people happy.
Yes.
But this guy, I mean, this just came out in the Wall Street Journal where they're saying that he's like showing signs like behind closed doors.
Wait. What are you saying?
I know. It's shocking.
This is crazy.
It's shocking.
It's what? When President Biden met with congressional leaders in the West Wing in January to negotiate Ukraine funding deal, he spoke so softly at times that some participants struggled to hear him. According to 5 people familiar with the meeting, he read from notes to make obvious points, paused for extended periods, and sometimes closed his eyes for so long that some in the room wondered whether he had tuned out.
Or died.
But are they can't change him out now, right? You and I both thought it was going to happen in May.
We were convinced. I remember texting you. I was convinced. I actually heard from people that were in kind of, around the Trump campaign that thought they were also preparing to run against somebody who wasn't Biden.
Right.
And they had believed that. They were like, it's going to be Newsom or somebody. And it hasn't been. So why, not to sound like a nut, but why are they so committed to this guy? There's something weird about it. There's something strange about it.
Do you think that's it? I think he's the sitting president, and they gaslit everybody into thinking he was fine. So now they would have to change course radically to justify getting him out of office. If they just published an article, I think it was in the Times, that was talking about Biden saying that his age is his superpower. Did you see that?
Yes.
And then Seth, what's his name? The guy from the fucking Family Guy?
Seth MacFarlane.
That guy retweeted it.
Right.
And was like, this is an amazing, I couldn't have written this better
thing.
What?
Right. Yeah.
What?
His age is his superpower.
So you'd have to turn that back. So you'd have to get all these people. Do you remember when there was a whole list of a bunch of celebrities? They used to make videos where they would tell you what to do.
Right.
What we need to do. What we need to do. The end of democracy. Remember the bunch of them did that before the 2016 election?
Right. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Those people of all, you would have to do something like that with Biden.
Well, what's interesting about Biden is they put him in kind of because they kind of stacked the Democratic primary. They killed the momentum of Sanders. And there was a lot of people. Biden was like very behind and then sprung out at the end.
They manipulated it. Just like they did with Hillary.